Heidi ho, everyone, and welcome aboard. Is it election eve or is it election day? Which do we call it? I think we can call it election day, can't we? Because they are already, I think, at the polls. I've actually got, and you can probably hear in the background, CNN in my ear hole, and I don't really know why I'm listening to it because I don't expect that much is going to happen. In fact, I'll just shut it down there for a second. I don't expect much is going to happen in the next few hours, certainly, because at the end of the day, they are out voting. Well, potentially they're out voting. We've already had apparently 100 million and 100 million and 280 odd thousand last time I looked at that screen have already voted in the States. I'm not sure how that actually weighs up against previous elections. Well, I don't know, nor do I care. I shouldn't say that. Everyone should care about what happens in the US, certainly at the moment, because it, for better or for worse, is still the ruling currency of the world. Just don't get why. But anyway, that's me. Look, a whole lot of things to look at. I'm not sure what screen I'm sharing at the moment. Let me just fix that. Hopefully it is, and it should be, Forex Factory, where really the week has begun, and begun in earnest, because we had our first... G'day, Fad, how you doing? We had our first big event of the week this morning, in my mind, big event of the week, and that, of course, was the RBA meeting that took place at 2:30 local time here in Australia. Of course, that's about 11:30 in Singapore and Hong Kong. And as everyone predicted, except me, I didn't think they would cut rates, but they did, and that turned out to be a damn good thing. As I preempted, I think in this show yesterday, that sorry, I forget which show I say things in. I should track them, shouldn't I? If it wasn't this show last night, it was certainly this morning in my trading groups, my strategy group rather, that I said probably the best thing that could happen would be if the Aussies did cut their interest rate, because that may give us a better price to get into the Aussie US dollar. And guess what? That's exactly what happened, and I'm pleased to say that it did set up for us, and we managed to get into the Aussie long, which I'm very pleased about, because we've now taken 2 lots of profit on that, and I'm leaving my stops at entry. I'll go through that in a tick and tell you why and all the rest of it. We, of course, have this thing called the presidential election taking place right now. I was just listening to one of the commentators who said that he's expecting they're going to have an early night. Interesting. My audio is a bit soft. Okay, sometimes this happens with Zoom. I'll just fix that if I can. I'll go to my settings and see what the microphone is saying. And I've got a funny feeling it's probably going to say... Okay, Fad, you're okay. Maybe you. John's okay. Oh, all right. Turn your speaker up, Excellent. It might be you. Yes, it might be you. Okay, so where was I? I was talking about the election, and look, it is the elephant in the room. You can't ignore it, and I'm pretty much on the sidelines on anything now against the US dollar. I've got my position set. If it takes off the US dollar, that is, in a negative direction, then I'm okay. If it doesn't, then I haven't done any damage, and in fact I'll probably still win it. Yes, I am still in Kiwi yen, unfortunately, Fed. It's the one thing that's going bad at the moment. Euro yen, I've moved my stops to entry. Hello, Shukri. Yes, election time, buddy. Hang on, I'll just give you some control, you can make comment on that very, very shortly. Or Mike, could you just give Shukri some powers, please, so he can talk to us? That would be awesome. So, yes, back to the election. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it, but I will ask Shukri his opinion on whether we need to be in a position in crypto land very, very shortly. And he'll give us his opinion on that. The day, of course, shouldn't produce too much in the way of the day, meaning from now till the time the polls close. You wouldn't think would do too much. But as I said, the dude that I was just listening to said he's expecting an early night. Now, I suppose with 100 million votes already lodged, and are we naive enough to think that they haven't counted them? Really? Do we really think that? That's what they'll have us believe. But I find that very, very difficult to cogitate, frankly. And I think the reason that dude said that may have something to do with that. We'll see. The interesting part, of course, is going to be how they release all those numbers and when we get a picture or a clear picture of what may or may not occur in terms of who's going to win the bloody thing. I just want it over, to be honest. And I won't go too much more on that because what can I say at the end of the day? I don't know what's going to happen. Whoever wins, it doesn't, to me, it's not a clear cut what happens. Some would say that it's very, very clear if Biden wins that we'll see a weaker dollar and we'll see a stronger, or is it the other way around? I don't know, I can't remember because it doesn't really worry me. But there are set parameters around which these people are saying these things because he's got a bent on what he's got a bent on. And to me, it's business as usual if Trump gets back in, and you should see, in my opinion, you should see the stock market rally and the dollar weaken. That's the way I see it. If President Trump wins, obviously the reverse, I guess, and it's a guess. I'm not making a commentary on it, and certainly not telling you I'm an expert on it. Far from it. I would imagine the reverse would happen. So I'm not going to do any more than what I've already done. I'm in the trade I wanted to be in, and if it turns out good, happy days. So let's get off it for now. But I will ask Shukri and stick what his plans are. He's probably already done what he's going to do, but he may be just sitting on his hands as well. Tomorrow morning, we've got unemployment figures coming out for the Kiwi. Let's hope, for my sake and for yours, Fad, by the sound of it, that they are bad numbers and we do get a return to profit on Kiwi yen, which is going in the wrong direction at the moment. And I did say that I moved my stop loss entry on Euro yen, having taken a few profits on that. So that kind of counterbalances it, thankfully. That, of course, doesn't end there tomorrow, and tomorrow will be when we will get the results for the election. So, you know, I would imagine from the time you guys get out of bed in the morning till sometime during the day, there should be a fair bit of volatility going on, unless, of course, it's a very, very clear-cut result, in which case I think we'll see the market move and move swiftly, but in one direction. We'll see. You can't predict it. It's just impossible to say. But then, of course, the day after, that being Thursday, all eyes on the pound as we get the MPC casting their votes, all predicted to be no move. As you can see, 9 members, 9 are all saying don't do anything, and the official bank rate should stay as exactly the same as the Aussie, which was cut to that 1 or 0.1% this morning. It doesn't end there, guys. We've got FOMC statement tomorrow, not tomorrow, Thursday evening. And if you thought that was the end of the week, no, there's more to come. We've got employment numbers coming out on Friday in relation to the Canadian dollar. And of course, it is the first week of the month, and that means we've got NFP figures. Well, sorry, NFEC figures these days. I don't think I'll ever get used to that. Anyways, that's where we're at. A super, super busy week. And look, I think the only counsel I can give is if you are going to trade and you've got a firm opinion on the election result, then okay, go against the dollar or with the dollar, whatever. But get some profit in the bank as quick as you can if it goes in your direction, and probably need to have those stops fairly wide in case we do get whipsaw price action, which is, entirely on the cards. As I said, it depends how those numbers start spewing out of the computers, which you probably already know anyway. I'm not going there. So, Shukri, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Waiting for this to pass by.
Okay, so that kind of tells me something. That tells me that you are not planning on trading the election.
No. I'm waiting after. So what I know now is that, I was telling you about the Trafalgar. Did I say that right? Okay, where's Ash?
That'll do.
Okay, the Trafalgar survey, which was the survey that got it right in 2016. That was the most accurate one, has said Trump will win again.
Have they?
Yeah. However, you know that now the market is expecting a blue wave of Democrats. And another professor, Alan Lichtman, who has it right since 1984, says that Biden will win.
There you go. And I say that I haven't got a bloody clue.
Yeah, we don't need a clue. All we know that after this, everyone's agreed that the US dollar goes down. I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with that. I don't think everybody agrees on that, do they? Doesn't Biden mean a strong dollar?
No, Biden means a weaker dollar.
Really?
Because there will be more international trade, exports, China. So you should see relationships getting closer with China.
Interesting. Well, are they saying Trump means a stronger dollar then?
Yeah, temporary. But, at the end of the day, they need stimulus, right? Either one. But you know that the Democrats had a bigger number, which is fine with me. Hey, yeah, print more money. I'll be happy with that.
Well, what can I say about that? It just falls straight into the trap. And I think, I don't think Trump means a stronger dollar at all, from my point of view. But I'm no fundamentalist and I'm no economist.
Yes, to export. Yeah, but you know what interesting? The Economist magazine, of all things, I mean, this is weird, which is why, I have to use this word again, gentrification. I just love this word. Because here's on the Economist on October 29, 2020 says, this is the title here, Getting Down with the Cool Kids on Bitcoin. How investors might learn to stop worrying and love crypto.
There you go.
There you go. So, what I read from this conclusion, and even going through my investment portfolio, yes, I know there are probably better things where I can make more money. For example, I think the hot thing now, I forgot the commodity, is actually this commodity that powers cars, especially electric cars. It's not palladium, okay? It's something else.
Yeah. Not molybdenum? No.
Something like that. But you know what, Geoff? I don't know where to get it. I don't know the lot size. I don't know the exchange. I don't know the rules. Now compare that to Bitcoin and cryptos, where it's relatively easier than before, and you have some degree of regulation. And hey, the choice is clear. What choice do I have if I want alternative assets in my portfolio?
Well, I'm trying to remember not benzene. Man,
there's something, right? It's not palladium. I mean, palladium has already run. I don't know what palladium is, but it made a big run in 2019. So something I totally forgot. Yeah, you know that too, right, Geoff?
Yeah, Ash and I were talking about it 6 months ago or more.
Yeah.
And I actually found a company, and I don't trade industries at all, right? But I was just looking at that. There was a news article came out, and it said that they were going to produce this product that they lay on the roads, right? So you don't have to go and charge your car.
Correct. Yeah. I can't remember it.
No, I can't remember it either.
And even if I did, I don't know how to buy it.
Well, there's a company in Australia that makes it. So I'll find out that company,
Okay.
and their share price was 40 cents, I think, at the time.
Correct.
And I've got no idea what it is now. So
Yeah.
I'll backtrack and have a look at that, and I'll report on that
Yeah.
tomorrow.
You see, because everyone see this type of company is something that can go 10 times. And we're talking about 10x here. And that's also what cryptos have. Because if you guys, I'll show you tomorrow, what you see now, if you take the charts now, which is 2020, if you put it back, and we'll see the charts after it. If we go back to 2016, you have the same pattern. Absolutely the same.
Yeah.
You had a previous high 2 years ago. You had one try to go above that, and now it's the second try to go above that again, above above the higher low. Yeah. So it's like, hey, what's happening here?
History doesn't lie, does it?
No, it doesn't. So like incredible. and you know what? And look at what happened in 2016. Trump said, "Made America great again." What happened? The US dollar index plunged to 89. What happened after that? Toward the course of 2017, and Bitcoin hit 20K. What's going to happen now? 89 is not far from we are, 89 is like, hey. Did you have that graph, Jeff? Do you have that graph?
No, I don't.
Yeah, 89 means Bitcoin 20K. That's all I know.
Fair enough. That'll be interesting. So, when is that possible to get into that move?
I think you have to let the election pass through. But if I would say that what Bitcoin, and we'll see statistics afterwards. Let me read them out for you here so that everyone here can get the benefit. I'll show this again tomorrow, okay, guys? So don't worry, okay? This is what the statistics say. Bitcoin has set a 52-week high. This was on October 23rd or October 24th. This has happened 66 times since 2012, okay? Now, here's the prediction. 1 week after that, it goes up 11.55. I think it went up like 10 this time, so that's quite accurate. 1 month after that, it goes like 40.92%. 3 months after that, it goes like 99%. 6 months after that, it goes like 118%. 1 year after that, it goes 689%. So whether you believe the 689% is immaterial, but the path of least resistance is up, and the probabilities are all above 76%. No, sorry. The lowest probability here is about 71.9%. That 40%. Of it going double in 3 months is like 84.4%. So the odds are stacked against you, no matter who wins. But we got to go through whatever happens tomorrow. Although the market has made its decision, that's okay. Who knows?
Well, that's what I wanted to. I'm really interested to see what happens when the US session opens.
Yeah.
Because they'll have an opinion. There'll be an opinion for sure, and they'll be wanting to position themselves. I believe, they're not like us who are going to be ultra conservative. There'll be people jumping into this for sure if they're not already in. And maybe that's interesting. The dollar's not having a great day so far across the markets.
Nope.
We are definitely risk on. We're risk on yesterday. We're risk on today. And that's extremely evident if you have a look at my little chart, which is this one, where you've got the Aussie flying, Kiwi, pound, euro, and CAD. Take away pound and the euro, but that's how bad the dollar's going today. All the safe haven currencies right here, right down the end of the batch. So we are without doubt risk on. And if you have a look at the week, it'll be pretty much exactly the same, where even the CAD's having a bad day. Oil must have come off, has it? I think oil rallied yesterday, which is probably why the CAD went up.
Oh man, Jeff, look, Aussie NZD, this has passed your previous buy level of 1.0667. I didn't take it, but it did.
Aussie Kiwi?
Yeah, it's 1.0690 now. It just this morning. It decided to hit your level again and blast past it.
Yeah, look, we're having a pretty good day on the Aussie. I'm not disappointed that I've missed. You can't trade everything, you know.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
just can't. And I chose Aussie dollar because I thought Aussie dollar was the one, and we got that right. And that's still going okay, I think. Yep, up past DR3 at the moment as well. Pretty cool. Um, so this is really interesting. You know, yesterday and today, we're seeing all the risk on currencies having a field day and the US dollar coming off. And the safe haven currencies, pound and Swissy, are,
Yeah.
having a shocker actually. But the interesting part about that is that's leading into the election. What
Yes.
happens after the election, of course, in fact, what happens today, it could, you know, that can change on a sixpence. That can turn around very, very quickly. So we're still in a sentiment that says we're risk on. So those currencies that you're looking at here are having a particularly good day. Pound, even the pound breakout trades having a good day again. Where's that one?
Yeah. Right. The pound just whoa, it went up, man. It,
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
just flew.
yeah. We had I think a 12 pip risk,
Yep.
and what are we now? Still trailing on an hourly chart. Yeah, we're up around about 6 to 1.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. What else is happening around? Well, let's have a look at the Aussie pairs, shall we? You know, I've been singing the praises of the Aussie for
Wow.
more than a week now, and I couldn't see any reason why this wouldn't rally, apart from the interest rate cut. But of course, we had already priced the interest rate cut into the market, and it wasn't that keen, you know. And I think yesterday I had a look at comparative charts, and when the CAD rallied, the only thing that didn't fall off the planet was Aussie CAD, and that showed me that the market is really keen on the Aussie at the moment. So, not that I needed any convincing, because you know, in my humble opinion, this is in a buy zone, and you know, the monthly chart tells me that. I said that on Sunday.
Yep.
The monthly chart's telling me that. The weekly chart's telling me that.
Yep.
Everything's telling me that. The dollar index is telling me that.
But Jeff, you need to do some research for me. I don't
Yeah,
know.
go.
Do you know that Australia is looking into a central bank digital currency now? The Reserve Bank of Australia. They seem to be working with a company called Perpetual. I don't know who it is.
Perpetual.
Because if we can get our hands on that token or something related to that, I mean, okay, Mongolia is not in. What was that? Who told me? Cambodia, was it Helen? Was it you that told me Cambodia or something? Some digital currency in Cambodia. The company that was working on it was a company called Zora, XORA, and it went up only 100 times. So, if we can find something related
Is that
to
all?
petrol, yeah, that's all. I mean, we can take a 10 times gain, right, Jeff? I mean, it's only 10. We accept we're late to the game, okay? We're late to the party. It's okay. We only got 10 times.
Is it just Perpetual or is it
Yeah,
Perpetual
I think there
Mutual?
must be a group of companies. I don't know. I was hoping to see something like Synthetics or Ren. Synthetics and Ren are very famous Australian cryptos, but no, it's a company called Perpetual.
Okay,
What
I'll have a
boggles the
look.
mind? Yeah,
See what I can find out tomorrow.
because now you're our crypto tipster.
Oh my God! Don't give me that. I'll tell you when I think the currencies are moving, but other than that, I got nothing, mate. Got absolutely nothing. One to watch today is dollar yen, I think. Now, dollar yen is probably the craziest currency that I've ever had to trade. No, it's not. Euro Swissy falls into that one as well, or Swissy yen falls into that category. But gee whiz, this is hard to trade, I reckon. I've been trying to get into this for the longest time short, and I've got in a couple of times, but I think I'm probably net square rather than winning, which is kind of annoying. But now I see this big bar here on the daily chart, and I think, oh, if it wasn't election day,
Yeah.
that's the one for me. It's bounced off the monthly pivots, come across both of the daily and the weekly pivots. I think an entry under here makes sense to me, but you've got to take profit quickly as well. But I'm not going to trade it because, as I say, I've got absolutely no idea what this election is going to bring, and nor do I want to gamble on it more than I already have. But look at the base you've got sitting here. It's very, very clear. So how do you trade this short? But they're sometimes the best trades when you think there's no way this can go there.
Yeah,
they're the best ones because they do go, and they go hard. What else did I want to look at before the US Open? There's actually a few things. In fact, I've noticed that everything that I've been hunting, I was going to say haunting, for the longest time has started to move. And you're right, Aussie Kiwi was one of them. But CAD Swissy, we've been trying to catch this one for a long time. And yesterday, as I said, the CAD had a big day. I think oil must have rallied yesterday by the look of things. And I'm just waiting now on a pullback to get into this, because I think the market that we've been watching, which is quite the reverse of Euro CAD, right? We've got this big tweezer top sitting here. And if you go to the monthly chart, we're coming off a massive base here, a massive base. So I've been trying to get into this long for quite some time, and I'm ready to go. That's the weekly chart. If I get a pullback on the weekly chart or even on the daily chart tomorrow, I'd be keen to have a look at that, because we are moving. Everything's starting to move, and that's kind of the theme that I'm looking at. Aussie CAD's another one that we've been trying to get. Well, I called this one, I think last Thursday, because we got into this short, right? We traded this short based on this candle here, which was a false break of a resistance trend line. And the call then was we trade it to here, to this level, then we start looking for longs. And that's exactly how that's panned out. But it came back, but didn't give us a reversal bar. So we had no insurance there at all, Shukri. What a bugger. But again, if we can clear these pivots, come back and retest, then I think we've got a nice trade on our hands. And Aussie Kiwi was indeed the next one. And you've kept that level. And did you say in it or not in it?
Because of election. Man, I wanted to go in, but I'm saying that, is that for real? Okay, there's election. Because I couldn't get any news on the US this morning. So I is this for real?
Well, there you go. There was a nice break and retest there for you.
Yeah. That was so nice. That was like, whoa.
But there's also a short underneath that bar.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously that wouldn't have been triggered. All these are going to be the same. And the reason I'm pointing them out is they're now moving, and all we need to do is wait for the retracement. And if we get a retracement that suits us, high or low in this case, then I think you can start to build a position on these pairs, because I've been hunting these for a while. Euro Kiwi is another one. Again, there was an entry there, break retest of not only and that is the trend line, but the monthly pivot as well. Last month, of course, that's the daily chart. But there you go, break retest. Again, if we can break this level here and get a little retest of that level, maybe there's a short on there for us. Euro pound and Euro CAD are the last two I'm going to look at. Euro pounds. Again, we've been in this for some time. Got out of it, I think, last week or the week before. I can't remember. As price came back and took our trailing stops. Now I'm looking for any retracement to get a lower high and get in, but I don't see it there right now. It's pretty clear that we're coming off this level again. And even if you use these highs, it's pretty clear that this is in toppy territory. And I think downward is the way I want to be on Euro pound. But guess what, Shukri? Mm-hmm. How many times have we traded Euro CAD short?
Many. 5 or 6, was it?
I think it's 9.
Oh,
9 times.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And guess when we didn't trade it?
When was that? Yeah, there was one day, right?
That was yesterday.
Went through some levels, like, whoa.
Yeah. Last 4 days now. It's been and I'm not in. So
But
again,
Aussie going up is good for the world economy. I mean,
good for the world economy.
yeah, raw materials, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means people should buy more raw materials from Australia. Hey.
Well,
Iron ore, coal.
well, that's the major export, of course, and that goes to China. And you note that there's a few things that China have imposed tariffs on that haven't gone near iron ore because they know they need it. Anyways, getting on board, but don't know who. Yeah, I read Aussie getting on board, but don't know who.
Getting on board.
Getting on board. Jump on the Aussie. Yeah, look, it was. I hope it continues, of course, but anything can happen in this environment, and I'm not counting any chickens at all. But I'm pretty happy to be in it, I've got to say. Yeah. And at the moment, it's looking pretty strong. Well, so look, you've got to expect that there'll be some consolidation or pullback here, and we've got a monthly pivot there to fall back on. I think that's kind of going to happen. If that's the case, and it happens outside of election, in other words, if we've got an election result and I've got a pullback here, then I will look to trade this long again. In fact, I'll scale into it. I'm pretty keen, mate. I have been for a while, but we'll see. All right. That's it for this section of the show, guys. Thank you very much for your company. It is election day. So my advice would be, if you're not in the market already, pick your poison. And I don't think that should include US dollars at the moment, unless you have a system of trading the selection. I'm not sure what that would be. I don't, certainly. But if you're trading anything else, just, as I say, keep your stops a little bit wider and get some profit in the bank as quickly as possible. Asian NATO alliance trying to find all the rare earth minerals elsewhere than China. Aha, there you go. Come on down. We got plenty. All right, guys.
Okay, one more thing, Geoff, for all those crypto traders. Again, guys, this is good practice. This is what I advise my students. I don't know, you guys were on Hobie, right? Bitcoin went down today because yesterday, it seems, and I think this was also because of the US elections, people were just converting so much of their Bitcoin or whatever into USDT. So everyone wants to see this, guys. Yes, we're confident of a blue wave. Yes, Professor Lichtman predicts that, and he has never been wrong since 1984, predicts that the blue wave will win, which should bring crypto up, but do it as good practice, okay? Because you might be lucky this time. I think you will be lucky if you still keep it in an open position, but the road is long. You might not be lucky the next time. So just keep up the good practices. That's all. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, look, be disciplined. That's the key. Be disciplined, especially in times like this when you can get chopped about, quite dramatically. Righto, we're going to end it there, guys. Thank you very much for your company. We'll be back tomorrow again, of course. I think Ash is doing an education session in half of the show. Not sure which half. We will catch you, of course, tomorrow at the very same time. Those of you who are subscribers, hang around. There's plenty more to come.